I tell you, this Vevor air spring jack is handy as Andy with a dandy. This thing comes in so handy around the shop, but this right here is a 5-ton, 11,000 pound air spring jack. Now this has a low point of 5.5 inches, and when you raise it up just by the stroke of a valve here, hey, check this out. This has a range all the way up to 18.5 inches. In most vehicles, you're talking around 3 to 5 seconds of lift time. So we're a little bit slower on our lift time due to our volume of our 12-volt compressor here. But this right here is pretty solid, nice little connection. Hey, when it comes down to it, this right here is going to be the same weight as a typical 2.5-ton jack. You know, you're coming in around 50 pounds for it. But this is a 5-ton model here, so double the capacity. And you've got different handle configurations, so you can actually use this as the adjustable long handle in the 180, 270, and 90. So this right here is a pretty solid setup, and you've got another option that you can get a shorter handle, or you can get a little stubby handles. But this right here is a 5-ton model, and you can also pick up the 3-ton, and they have different colors available too. So this right here, we've used this to raise up Bobcats, 1-tons, even used it on a 33 gross vehicle Freightliner that was a sweeper truck, dual engine. And this right here, a lot of people have said, you know, that right there will collapse the top side of it, but we put it under the front lift, and that's got to be around 6,500 pounds. And there's a little bit of a bow to it, but it's not, you know, damaged to the point that you can't use it. And what I do since then is I'll put a block, you know, 4x4 or 4x6 on top of it just to disperse that energy there. So when it comes to using this, you got a, you know, fill valve and you've got a dump valve. So when it comes to, you know, the safety of this right here, you can use these levers to go in or out depending on your situation. And you can also flip this handle one way or another depending on how you like it. But I like the guard on the base of it there. But you also have a pop-off valve here. So if it's over pressurized, you know, it will pop off. But when it comes to the assembly of this right here, all this part here is actually assembled in the box. And what you'll have to do is, you know, bolt on the handle as well as a 2-piece here and make sure that you're fitting. So you're talking about, you know, 10 to 20 minutes out of the box and you're now jacking. So there's no wetness to this, you know, there's no hydraulic. This is all typical, you know, pneumatic here. So this is pretty sweet when it comes to that low clearance of getting underneath a vehicle, as well as, you know, for being able to raise it up that 18.5 inches. So check the link down below to find out more details on Vevor's 5 and 3-ton air spring jacks. Once you start jacking with the air spring jack, hey, you don't want to go back. But they use it on the roads every day, moving your goods and services. But this right here is just, you know, no matter if you're a service truck or in the garage, super handy. And the number one question, oh, you got to have a compressor. Yeah, that's what it's there for. It's an air spring jack. So you have a compressor generally in the shop or on your service truck. So this right here will save you time getting that hydraulic out and the pumping. But the last thing is that when you look at a hydraulic jack, you've got to have a wider range of motion here in order to get that throw. So if you're underneath doing something like this, you know, it's really tough to get enough throw on it to raise that jack up. But with the air spring, hey, you just stroke the valve on it and you are now raising that vehicle. So check it out. This is one that has definitely been a game changer around the shop, and I'm super happy with it because it has its stability built on the inside of it. So you actually got 6 cone shapes that are collapsible on the inside of it. So when you let the air out of it, these are actually, you know, jarring down to relieve the amount of pressure as far as, you know. But the other thing is that it's going to also give us some stability there. So pretty sweet jack coming from Vevor.